Welcome to this week of Football Chaos. It's week 6, but before we jump into week 6, let's look back on how I did on week 5. I went 9-5 for the record. 5 losses. I'm not disappointed at all. I'm pretty proud of that. Brings my overall up to 48-29. 5 games I did get wrong. I got the Seahawks and Colts game wrong, but that was a good game. Andrew Luck impressed me, and the Seahawks just couldn't pull it out in the end. But that was just a great game to watch. The Dolphins disappointed me, though. I'm jumping off that bandwagon. I thought they had a good defense. They've struggled the last few weeks. They lost to the Ravens this week. And next one, I have the Panthers versus the Cardinals. The Panthers disappointed me as well. With the coming off the bye, I thought they'd be ready for the Cardinals, and clearly they're not. It's unfortunate. And the Chargers, another disappointment. 3 big games that to be all honest, I think these last 4 they all should have won, but they just couldn't find a way to do it. The Chargers lost to the Raiders. That was Chargers' game to take. They blew it. And then the Falcons, they lose to Geno Smith and the Jets. Their season's pretty much over. Julio Jones is done. I just don't see the Falcons coming back from this 1-4 start. Sorry. Moving to my wows. First wow of the week was the Bronco-Cowboy game. I could give all wows to just people in this game this week. I'm just throwing it all in one. Peyton, Romo, Des Bryant, Moreno, they all looked great. Congratulations to that game. Probably the most fun game to watch this season. Romo threw that interception. I don't think he lost the game. He kept a minute, 500 plus yards, 5 touchdowns. You can't be mad at 1 interception, even if it was towards the end of the game. My next wow goes to the Chiefs. 5-0, keeping up with the Broncos. They won 2 games last year. Big improvement in the offseason, brought in a lot of personnel on both coaching and playing side. I'm impressed with them. They're doing really well. Good for the Chiefs. Now let's move to the other side of the spectrum. I have the Giants. The Giants are 0-5. No one's seen this coming. They look awful. Last week they had a chance to win, couldn't pull it out, even with Vic leaving the game. And they aren't going to win this week. They have a tough matchup, which brings me right into week 6 picks. They're playing the Bears, and I have the Bears winning this game Thursday night game, and the Bears are going to walk away with this one pretty easily. Next, we have the Packers-Raven game. This is a tough one. Clay Matthews is out for the Packers. Ray Rice is starting to get healthy again. I do have the Packers winning this game. I think they can slow down Ray Rice. The Packers have a pretty good run defense, and I think that's how you beat the Ravens. I don't think Flacco can win a game. He had 1 big game and have to be a Super Bowl, and it got him a contract. Good for him, but the Packers will win this game, even if it is in Baltimore. My next game, the Bengals versus the Bills. 2 teams that have some issues. The Bengals haven't looked good. They've been very up and down, and while the Bills are the Bills, Spillers having issues. Quarterback is an issue. I have the Bengals winning this one against the Bills. Next, Browns versus the Lions. I'm going on a Brown bandwagon here, hardcore. Have them beating the Lions, especially if Calvin Johnson doesn't play. I don't know too much about the injury. I know he had it wrapped on Sunday leaving the Packer game. So I have the Browns winning this game. Definitely if Calvin's not playing. It should be a decent game if Calvin is playing. Next, we have the Texans versus the Rams. I have the Texans winning this one. The Rams' defense is weak against the run. Foster is great. I think the Texans can run all over the Rams, and that's how they will win this game because Schaub has not looked good. Next game, we have the Vikings versus the Panthers. This is a tough game. I think both teams are kind of in the same situation. The Vikings brought in Freeman. I don't know if they're going to play him this week or at all. I do have the Vikings winning this game, but I really am struggling to tell you who's actually going to win this game. It could go either way, but I will pick the Vikings. Chiefs and Raiders, I have the Chiefs winning this one, no questions asked. Until the Chiefs prove that they can be beat, I'm going to stick with them. They came close to getting beat last week by the Titans, but I just think the Chiefs are a better team than the Raiders. Next, we have the Jets versus Steelers. I'm actually picking the Jets this week. I haven't really picked them all year. They've proved me wrong a few times now. I'm going to jump on Geno here and have them beat the Steelers. Even though Lamar Miller's back and gave the Steelers a little bit of a spark, I'm just thinking Geno will win this game for the Jets. Next, I have the Eagles versus the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers have been in shambles. And the Eagles, well, they score a lot of points, even if they don't win. But I do believe they're tied for first in the NFC East, so I am going with the Eagles to win this game over the Bucks. Bronco-Jacksonville game, blowout of the week. It's been predicted. I think they're favored by like 28 points. The Broncos are going to win this game hands down. If this happens to be the game the Broncos lose, be the upset of the century. All right, Seahawks-Titans. I have the Seahawks winning this game. Titans gave the Chiefs a scare last week. Could they give the Seahawks a scare this week? I don't know. But I am going with Seahawks to beat the Titans this week. Next, Saints and Patriots. I think this is the last team the Patriots want to run into. The Saints can put up the points that the Patriots used to put up, and I don't think they can keep up with them anymore. They've struggled on offense. Wide receivers have been a big question. Gronk might be back this week, but I don't think it's enough to help them win this game. I do have the Saints winning. 49ers versus Cardinals, two big defenses. I think the defense battle in this game should be fun, but I do think the 49ers have more weapons on offense, or at least just enough to beat the Cardinals. I do have the 49ers beat the Cardinals here. And my Sunday night game, Cowboys versus Redskins. If Tony Romo shows up this week like he did last week, the Redskins stand no chance. But it's Tony Romo. He does have his ups and downs, but I still am going with the Cowboys to win at home over the Redskins. Should be a fun game, though. And the Monday night game, Colts versus the Chargers. I have the Colts winning this game. The last 2 weeks they've impressed me, beating some top-notch teams from the NFC West. So can they do it to the AFC West? It's time to find out. I do have the Chargers losing to the Colts here. And those are my picks this week. It was a good week last week, like I said. I did well. I'm excited for this week. There's a lot of close games. I'm not really sure how they're going to play out, but it'll be fun to watch. Hopefully I picked the right side of those games. It's just going to be a coin toss pretty much. But like I said, that always makes good football. So you guys enjoy your football today. Enjoy it the rest of the weekend, and good luck on your fantasy teams if you're watching them. You guys have a good night.